The PS5 is finally here, and with it comes Astro's Playroom. If you happen to be one of the 10 people who was actually able to secure a purchase for the PlayStation without spending thousands of pounds on eBay, you would have come across Astro's Playroom, which is a pre-downloaded game that comes free with every console. Some of you might recognise Astrobot. He's become sort of a mascot for PlayStation in the past few years, with him being the character that appeared in the other tech demos that demonstrated stuff like the PlayStation camera and the PlayStation VR, and he even got his own VR game not too long after that. But Astrobot returns in the latest tech demo to demonstrate the power of the sleek and sexy DualSense controller. And let me just quickly say that the controller is something else. Astro's Playroom does an excellent job of demonstrating what this thing can actually do. From the feeling of Astro's footsteps in the controller to the tension of the triggers when you ignite a spaceship. I'm hearing a lot of people say that you won't understand until you actually feel it for yourself, and I can totally stand by that statement. It's a really weird but cool sensation to play with this controller. Anyway, back to the actual game. Astro's Playroom is split essentially into 4 levels, all themed after different parts of the PS5 console. Memory Meadow, SSD Speedway, GPU Jungle, and Cooling Springs. Each level has a different feel to them all, and this time I actually mean feel, since depending on what surface Astro walks on, the haptic feedback in your controller will simulate it. Walking on a metal plated floor, you'll feel the tiny tipper taps in the controller. Traversing through long grass, you'll feel the tension as Astro brushes himself through them. Each area has a new way to show the diversity of what the controller can do. GPU Jungle contains a bow and arrow which once it's equipped makes the L2 and R2 button a lot more tense to give you a feel of pulling back a bow. Similar to that, SSD Speedway contains a minigun which again changes how the trigger buttons are used, but in this case acts as if it's like a real life trigger with tiny little bits of recoil to simulate a gunfire. One of the best things about this game is that it's one big fan love letter. Not only are all the collectibles old PlayStation accessories, but scattered around all the worlds are tiny little Astro versions of iconic gaming characters. From PS1's Solid Snake to the more recent God of War.
I shall call him Mini-Me.
Each level is split up into 4 sections, and each section contains 2 PlayStation accessories and 4 puzzle pieces to find and collect. And don't worry if you miss one, because you can fast travel between each section effortlessly. Everything you do find will be displayed in the PlayStation Labo, which acts as a kind of trophy cabinet. Speaking of trophies, the trophy list for this game is very easy and won't take you too long. Half the trophies consist of finishing the base game with all the collectibles, whilst the other half want you to complete small tasks on specific levels. None of them are too strenuous and actually quite enjoyable to do, especially since a lot of them introduce mechanics that I didn't even know existed, like being able to spin attack multiple enemies. It was genuinely fun doing a lot of these trophies, mainly because there wasn't really anything skill based to do, but instead focused more on interaction with the world, like diving off a diving board, jumping into a fountain, making a huge snowball, and sheltering from the heavy rain. There were some trophies in there that felt kind of wrong to do in hindsight, like absolutely ejecting your mates into oblivion from a PS1 and killing harmless bunny rabbits. No, not just one, they want you to kill every single bunny.
I'm sorry, little one.
After you finish all the levels, including the extra level at the very end, and done all the additional tasks, there's still the matter of completing the PlayStation Labo. There are additional tasks to complete here which again aren't all that hard, apart from one which was having to balance on the end of a motion controller, and for a while I was standing on this thing wondering why I wasn't getting the trophy. And then I looked up and realised I had to do a bit of platforming, and for the life of me I don't understand why I struggled so much on this part. A lot of the trophies involve you just turning things on and witnessing some of the Easter eggs in the room. My favourite being the VR headset, which if you turn it on and stand behind you can see the trailer for the original Astrobot VR game.
It's like looking in a mirror, only not.
And finally I want to talk about something in the game that I could have genuinely found addicting if there wasn't an end to it, and that was the claw machine. I found myself hooked to these things in real life, and there was no difference for this game as well. This little part is where you'll find all the gacha prizes, and you'll need to collect all of them if you want the trophies. It's also the place you'll find the last of the puzzle pieces and console accessories to complete your collections. Overall, I think everyone who's got a PS5 should play this game, and not only that, I think it should be the very first game you play. As I said before, it's perfect to show you how the new features of the console and controller works. Also, it's short and sweet and you'll get it finished in about 2 hours, and I can assure you the charming nature of this game will swoon you to the very end. And as far as the Platinum Trophy goes, I can 100% recommend you get it. The collectibles are fun to find and actually mean something, and there's nothing here that is completely out of the way, especially since you can fast travel between any section within seconds. That's it for this video, the first Platinum Trophy on the PS5, and now it's on to the next one. As always, don't forget to leave a like and to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Looks simple enough.